What's up, everybody? This is Ashlyn Cole from your favorite morning show, Shop Talk, and you are listening to Freedom Radio.
Come on and get your freedom on. Come on and get your freedom on. This is the day that the Lord has made. It's a good day to get your freedom on.
Justice, everything you need. God of the oceans and the seas, God of the rivers and the streets, the earth, the sky, moon and the stars. All things great are small. He's God, He's God. Nobody like Him. His name is God. He's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Search the world over, you won't find one. Nobody like Him. His name is God. He is God. Nobody but God. That's who he is. He's God. Come on, somebody. He's God. Jehovah Rapha. Jehovah healer. Jehovah Tiskanu. My righteousness. He is God. Oh, yes, he is.
Yes, God, that is the incredible and my dude, Rusty Watson, right here in the Bay Area of California. What is going on? It is your man, Tole. You're tuned in to Freedom Radio. You're watching Shop Talk, as it says right there on the screen. Listen, I am extra supercalifragilistic espialidocious kind of excited today because today is that day. It's the day that the Lord has made. And let me put my church voice on. We will rejoice and be glad. We will thank you, Lord Jesus. Lift holy hands and tell him thank you for another day that was not promised. All right, that's enough of my church voice. Listen, it is going to be an amazing show. Do me a favor. Do me a solid. You know what you got to do? Get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. But you know who you got to holler at. Tell your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nuck Nuck them, Pojo them. Let them all know that for the next 2 hours, we're going to take this incredible journey called Shop Talk. I am excited about today's show because we have some incredible people that are going to be hanging out with us. So let me start pulling things up. If you didn't know, my name is Demetrius Tollfree because it says so right down there, as well as it shows it on my t-shirt today. Praise the Lord. Anyway, listen, we have an incredible show lined up for you. Let's jump in. We've got so much to uncover. We've got special guests. We've got unthought of guests. We've got people who I didn't even know was going to be hanging out with us today. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But let's do this. Let's bring up our first co-host. You know her, my homegirl, all the way out in El Sobrante of California. My homegirl, I told y'all not long ago that we was going to come to know ya in a very real way. And we did. And now she is turning heads, making things happen, seeing her face everywhere. Let's bring up my homegirl and yours. You know her, Ashlyn Ikana, Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on?
What's going on, everybody? Let them all know. Look at your neighbor. Yes. It's so good to be here, Dito. I put lip gloss on. Can you see the lip gloss?
Lord, it is good.
I put lip gloss. Lip gloss. And then when you talk, your mouth kind of sticks together a little bit. It's a little, but you know, we're gonna deal with it. Hey, look, I have a praise report, y'all, because look, we do the t-shirt ministry on Mondays, right? T-shirt ministry on Mondays. Y'all, I got in my medium. Ain't he good? Ain't God good? Ain't he good? This is my medium shirt that I have not been able to get into. I have been working so hard on the treadmill, pushing weights now. I'm not going to show you my whole arm because there's still a little bit of a situation going on down here, but I just can't tell it all. Come on, Daryl Coley. I just can't tell it all. But I'm super excited. I've released 10 pounds already, just, starting this new program in October. Super excited. My goal is 10 pounds a month. 10 pounds a month, releasing the 10 pounds. And let me tell you, I don't say lose the weight because first of all, when you lose things, what happens? You find them again. But we don't need to do that. So what I do is I say I release the weight because weight is not only the physical weight, but it's also emotional weight, mental weight, spiritual weight, sometimes financial weight. It's the weight of your childhood. It's the weight of your ex-husband. It's the weight of disappointment. It's the weight of depression. It's a lot of weighty things that we have in our lives that we have to release. And so the process of releasing the weight, you also got to release some other things. So come along and go with me on this journey. I'm telling you, it's sweeter over here. It's sweeter over here. Man, it feels so good to start getting this body back into shape. I'm starting to recognize myself again, Tole. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
And I've joined with you on this challenge because my Saint size has just been, it's been crazy. But look at this right here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I've been doing? I had to get your big tail up and run and scurry over to the gym. Now I've been purposely avoiding the scale because it'll make you depressed. But I can tell you that I have been going to the gym. I've been drinking my water. I don't even know if you can tell. I've got a different energy right now. I can eat kind of shape. I can get up and run around if I needed to, but because of my confines in the studio,
you might knock the drums over. We don't want you to knock the drums over.
Right. Yes. You never know what I may knock the piano over, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling good. I'm glad to hear you're feeling good. Yes, you're releasing the weight. I'm congrats to you. And we won't be long before I'll be joining you, and we'll be able to do that for real. We'll shoot together.
You're already there, Tole. You're already there. And that's the thing. Is, the journey to 1,000 miles begins with one step, right? We say that all the time. And it's like when you start being consistent, right, Tole, and you can attest to this. 1 time a week doesn't do it. 2 times a week doesn't do it. Every now and then I'm finna go to the gym. I'm about to walk around the block. It makes no difference. It's when you start doing it consistently, that's when the breakthrough happens. Come on, y'all.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I'm excited about it. Excited for you and your journey. Allegra has got me and our whole family on this journey. And you know what? Most times when people have to go through a change, because change sometimes hurts, I'm not going kicking and screaming. I'm actually getting up. Again, I'm drinking my water. We're going to the gym. I'm doing my cardio. Yesterday, I was working on my back because I've been having problems with my back. And I know it's because my stomach is too big and all this other type of stuff. I don't mind being transparent, but it's all good. I'm starting to feel better. And I'm trying to make things happen because I've got some place to go, and it requires me to look cute. So or if Devaris was here, she'd say cutiful. So shout out to Devaris. Anyway, listen, let's bring up our next co-host, your guy, my guy, all the way out in Hercules.
Got me doing the cabbage patch. Come on, we cabbage patch today.
Hercules of California. Let's bring him up. My guy, he's already ready. He's already got something in his hand. Hopefully it's just some juice. You know what I'm saying?
It's just juice.
You know what I'm saying? My guy, Jacoree Proto. What is happening, man?
I feel like I've been gone for like 2 weeks. I see you got a little blousy situation going on. When you got a blousy situation with your t-shirt, that means you're dropping. So you're doing real good. Mine is kind of snatched on me a little bit, but I'm rocking myself today.
Come on and rock yourself. You know what I'm saying? I you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just like you. I'm having the Michael Jackson moment. I wanna rock with you.
Hey,
all night.
That's where I'm at. I'm feeling it. I love it.
We're all wearing our own shirts today. I love it. We didn't even send out a memo. We didn't even put out a memo. Look at God.
There was an unction in my
Hallelujah for unction.
So let me say this. So those of you watching, and I tell you what, let's give some shout outs first, and then I'll say what I'm ready to say, because I got some great news for everybody that's watching. So shout out to my homegirl, Cedria Clark, out in Stockton of California. And shout out to Delasia Campbell, I believe, out in Richmond. My homegirl, Kirsten Williams, in the virtual building as well. And she's been tagging people all over the place, along with Delasia's been tagging people. Thank you so much. Want to shout out to Pastor Gerald E. Harris out in Salinas and Gilroy of California. He made mention that I sent him a video, which I have no problem doing. He and his wife celebrated 28 years of pastoring in the city of Gilroy yesterday. And I wanted to stop and at least say, what's up to you, sir? And again, happy anniversary to you and your wife. What kind of show would we have without Dee Dee Felder? Dee Dee Felder in the virtual building. My guy, Andrew Brian Caldwell, also hanging out with us. Mel Brooks says good morning and glad to have you hanging out with us as well. Mrs. Kennedy, Renee is also in the virtual building. Tracy J. Wilson, what is going on, young lady? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. Dr. Maggie Winter, Maggie, let me tell you, musician and songwriter extraordinaire. Every Easter, my choir can't wait to Easter because we always do Maggie Winter's version of Were You There? And we tear that up every Easter. What is going on? Shout out to my dude, Will Robinson out in Clayton, North Carolina, hanging out with us also. Shout out to my childhood friend. We've been friends since we were teenagers. Lori Fairley Green hanging out with us as well. I've already mentioned Cedria, and I've already mentioned some more. Let me see who else I may have missed. My cousin. Oh, this is my first cousin, Linnell Johnigan. What is up, big cousin? Glad to have you hanging out with us today as well. Jacoree, what kind of show would we have with you if we didn't have your mama hanging out with us? Yolanda Pro.
You got your picture up. It's her profile picture.
Yeah.
Come on, mama.
That's good stuff. I'm not mad. Shout out to Shannon Fitzgerald, who just puts an R. But my homegirl Shannon Fitzgerald in the virtual building.
That's for ready. That's R for ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. I like the way you're thinking. The doctor is in. The doctor is in. Dr. Lucinda Taylor. As a matter of fact, I'm going to stop right there. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to stop right here because I'm glad to know that Lucinda is hanging out with us because she is our featured artist here on Freedom Radio. I know what you're saying. What do you mean she's our featured artist? I tell you what, everybody hold your seats. Let's take this quick, in the middle of my introductions, let's take a quick commercial break to see this.
How do I move forward through these dark times in my life? How do I praise you when I don't see the light? How do I help my neighbor when I need help? I become next for me. I become who set me free. I become.
Yes.
Hey.
As I was saying, the doctor is in. Shout out to Dr. Lucinda Taylor, again, who is our featured artist on Freedom Radio right now. And we've been doing what we can to push her. We've been pushing Jacoree, as well as another great artist that we'll be talking about in just a quick moment. Let's continue with my shout out. Shout out to the Bishop, Jacoree Cousins. What's going on, great Doc? Glad to have you. You know, that's church talk. What's up, Doc? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well.
Good morning, sir.
Out in New Jersey, we've got Kenneth Hitchens in the virtual building as well, also hanging out. So I mentioned Shannon, she fixed the R and she wants to say good morning, Stop Talk. She is joining us via YouTube, but you're right, Ashley, she was ready with the R. I'm not mad at it. Shout out to Bridget Watts Payne watching us out in Round Rock, Texas. I have never been to Round Rock. Glad to have you hanging out with us though. My dude, my bro, by just a short months, Chris Haynes in the building as well, and Kim Ryan in the building. What is going on?
He's the best.
People hanging out with us.
That's my ride or die. That's my ride or die. That's
Okay.
my ride or die. That's my ride or die.
All right.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, it's all good. I'm not mad at you. Listen, I was getting ready to say, and let me go around the room. So let me put me up here for a second. You see my T-shirt. So that's great. We see Ashlyn. Show us your T-shirt. Awesome, awesome. You see Jacoree. Look at his T-shirt. Listen, it's all good. You great. I mentioned all of these great people, Ashlyn and Jacoree, myself. These T-shirts that we have are available for purchase. And
Shut your mouth.
I made it so simple, y'all. I made it so simple. Inside of the Freedom Radio app, there is now a shop button. All you have to do is open the app. You'll probably have a in-app update. Just hit yes that you want the in-app update. You will see a shop button. Inside that shop area is a way for you to click the link to get all these t-shirts. I see you, Ashlyn. I see you opening up the app. So you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing, but I want to show you specifically.
It'll ask you new content, just like this. New content. You say yes.
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 And there is a shop button, FDR Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Click FDR Gear. Guess what? You can get Freedom Radio t-shirts, Demetrius Tole t-shirts, Ashlyn Cole t-shirts, and Jacoree Pro Throw t-shirts. All one place. We made it simple. We made it easy. We don't have to keep posting all these different links. Just open up the Freedom Radio app, click the shop button. Again, you'll be able to get, we got Freedom Radio t-shirts. We got Tole photography t-shirts. I've been wearing that for the last couple of weeks. We have Demetrius Tole t-shirts. We have the Ashlyn Cole brand. We have the Jacoree Proto brand, all in one place. So you don't have to do anything but open the app. Yeah.
I need y'all to see my new design right here. See?
Let's take a look at it. God is fly. Okay, I got you. I ain't mad at it. I am not mad. I think it's great.
Wait. But it has to do with the fly on his head because God was like, God told us. God went and told us. Anyway, I couldn't help it, y'all.
No. That's a good shirt. That is a good shirt, and I'm glad that you've done that. I will say, now, Ashlyn, I've got to give you credit. And I've got to give you props.
Hold on. Look, I think I heard the doorbell. Is it flowers being delivered at my front door right now?
Ashlyn, I've got to give you props.
I'll sit to that.
Credit because in just a few short days, and I've got to pull it up because that's not there yet. But let me just show you. Ashlyn has been challenging me to be better and to be greater. So here's what we're getting ready to do. Within the next 2 weeks, you can be able to get all of these right through the app. Guess what the next t-shirt is going to be? Can you see what it says?
Hey, let them all know.
We are getting Let Them All Know t-shirt. Guess what else we're getting?
Oh, I feel it in my shando. I feel it in my shando.
I feel it in my shando. Last but not least, I don't know if you can read this, but it says that I may not get rich, but I won't be broke. You understand?
Hey.
All of these t-shirts are about to be made available because Ashlyn challenged me to be greater. And so guess what? I have taken the challenge. She challenged me to get your big tail up. So I've been in the gym and look at my t-shirt.
It's blousy. Yes.
So Ashlyn, you know what I'm saying? What's that number to join your text message group? What's that number?
You're gonna make me cry, Tole. I'm really not kidding. Like I'm really
no crying here.
I'm really trying to hold back tears. 510-296-7943. 510-296-7943. That is to join the text team. And look, if you need a little encouragement, you can text me right now and just say #encourage me.
What is it again?
510-296-7943. Shout out to the text team that's already part of this right now. Kim Ryan and I don't know who else is on here, but yes. Come on.
Yeah. So we've got it on the screen. We want you to join Ashlyn's text team. She's been encouraging people. She's been challenging people to do better, to do greater, because there is better and greater inside you. And she's going to tell you and encourage you on how to extract as well as release what has been holding you and what has been keeping you hostage. So join Ashlyn's text group. I am no hater. Listen, I don't mind promoting and pushing anybody that's doing something positive. So listen, do what you got to do to make that happen. Shout out to Lana Jefferson, who is a new mother, has a brand new baby boy. And she says to you, Ashton, document this because it'll be 6 years before you get another count. I am not going there. I am not going there. And Renee Kennedy says she got her text this morning. So Ashlyn, she's on top of it. She's making things happen. Okay, y'all.
Can I just say one thing just while you're here? Can I just take a pause and a moment just because it's so in my nature to just encourage everyone. Somebody along the way really encouraged me I think it was let's see, Cat Williams. Yes, it was Cat Williams. Cat Williams said in one of his things, and look, I'm saved, so I can't tell you his whole piece. But if you feel like you want to go check it out, shout out to Cat Williams. But he said basically, if you haven't upgraded yourself from the year before. And so what I really did was I took inventory on where I was a year ago and then the year before that. Now, for those of you that know, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I experienced a setback. Right before that, my mother passed. And right after that, my father passed. So I've experienced some setbacks. But I ain't been saved all my life. So let me choose my words carefully. I will be beside myself if I don't take inventory on last year and make adjustments so that I'm even better this year. What was I doing last year? Well, let me take a look at it and let me enhance it. Let me upgrade it. Let me upgrade myself. Don't wait around for somebody else to come over here and give you a meal ticket or give you a permission or co-signing you to upgrade you. It's time to upgrade yourself. So be encouraged that, look, take a look at where you're at and really be honest with yourself and see what few adjustments can you make in different areas so that you can get to that next level. And then next year, when you look back on this year, you're going to be somewhere that you weren't before. And then you have an opportunity to even upgrade further. Let's go.
That's funny. It's funny that you mentioned the Cat Williams version of that. I remember him doing that little segment in his comedy show, and he had me cracking up. I mean, I was cracking up. If you're still doing this and you ain't upgraded to this by now, you need to check your situation because it's time for an upgrade. I am not mad. It is all good. Listen, let's keep things going. Let's reach out. Now, we have a couple more people I need to add. Today, we're going to have a full house. And at the top of the hour, in 33 minutes, we are debuting something first right here on Freedom Radio. I can't wait. I'm going to bring him up in just a minute. But let's reach out. Let's go out to North Carolina. Let's go out to Charlotte, North Carolina. Bring on our next guest co-host who always has something intelligent to say. She's an incredible vocalist. She's also an incredible graphic designer.
She can sing.
And right, I was going to tell you, she can show
roll
up.
that hair. Oh, shit.
She can show enough. Let's bring up my homegirl and yours. She doesn't like to be soloed on the screen, but we'll bring her up with us all the way out in North Carolina. My homegirl, Yolanda, Wild Praise Moran.
Hey.
Yolanda, what is going on?
Hey, everybody. How's everybody? Oh, man. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good.
Everybody is well. And I did that to make you mad to solo you. I know you don't like to be soloed on the screen, but I did it anyway just to see what you was going to say.
Come on, Hat Ministry. Come on. Yes.
Yeah. We're in between. We're in between while we, wait it out.
Yeah, it's all good. It is all.
I don't have my shirt. I don't have my shirt. Well, I didn't get the shirt memo, but I do have a shirt.
Okay, what do you have?
My shirt, right? So can everybody see this? Normally I would have the shirt on, right? But can you see? Okay.
Lift it up there. Pray, hustle, slay, and repeat. Okay.
Hey,
that's my shirt.
Hey, okay. Come on.
My shirt, my design. Yeah.
I am not mad at you. Glad to have you hanging out with us. Listen, I've been trying to catch your show on Sunday night. I've been seeing you've been putting down some fire. Sis. That's it. I'll say.
Nothing.
Okay. Anyway,
your battles.
You've been putting your show down on Sunday nights, and tell us what time your show comes on Facebook. It comes on Sunday nights at
9:00.
9:00 Eastern. That's 6:00 for those of us on the eastern side, the west side. Dee Felder says, Yolanda, your face is slimmed out.
Well,
I was gonna say that. Wait, I was gonna say that the other day because I was looking and it just looked like it's just.
Come on, say it again. Ooh. Listen. Because I'm trying to be this good ready to sing with this choir, huh?
Come on.
And you shall be.
God, oh my God.
Listen, I don't mind being a thickums. I'm okay with that. I am a thickums. Listen, I am a thickums. I don't like the word plus size though sometimes, but I'm a thickums and I am a curvy girl and I'm okay with it. Because you know what I learned? People pay good money
to add curves, huh?
Listen, I saw a lady in the store yesterday. I said, wow, bought. Okay, so people pay good money to have, for real. People pay good money to have what you have. So I think you gotta appreciate what you have. So I just want to slim it down. But real talk, you know, I'm singing again and stuff. And listen, I want to hop on stage for a long time, like Dorinda Clark.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, D.
Happy birthday, Dorinda! That girl look good.
She does look great. She does look
Fine. Okay.
Now, I tell you what. Now, before we get ready to go into our next segment that Ashley's going to take us through, I do have a special guest that has been sitting backstage. Now, Yolanda, do you have your headphones on?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. I was hearing an echo from somebody. I was just trying to make sure I'm on the right page. So, tell you what, we're going to bring up our special guest who's been sitting backstage, nice and sweet and not bother nobody, just been hee ha ha backstage. We're getting ready to introduce some different things. We're going to do some things on Shop Talk that we have not been doing. And now, as you know, we always promote gospel music as well as promote Bay Area artists. And today we have a young man that, again, in 29 minutes, we're going to premiere his brand new video right here on freedomradio.com. Let's bring up my guy. This boy always makes me laugh. He is so churchy that it's funny. You know, he can just be having regular conversation and he'll bring up some church vernacular that will have you in stitches. We was doing a video, we was doing a live stream, and the audio wasn't playing. This guy that I'm about to bring up types in the chat, open up my ears, Lord, so I can hear. And I'm like, where do you get this from? He just comes up with church stuff and just makes me laugh. He is a great, great young man right here in the Bay Area. Let's bring him up without further ado. My guy, Jovan Watkins. Jovan, what is
Yes.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are ridiculous. I've been cracking up the whole morning.
Go.
My favorite part is when Yolanda said she don't like to be solo, but he brings her on and then gives her a solo shot.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
That's what I do. That's what we do around here to make people to keep things going. Listen, today's show is going to be something else. Now, Jovan, I'm you're hanging out with us. But first of all, welcome to the show. I know you're normally on the other side, listening and watching, but man, I'm excited to have you with us. Who phone going up? Yep, I'm doing that right now, live on the air. Is that Ashton telling you that your fast is over?
No, sir. That happens in 27 minutes.
Okay, y'all. All right, it's all good. Now, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, if you are on Instagram, we want you to be able to follow Jovan at Jovan1180. Make sure that you follow and like him on Instagram. Let's get his followers up. Let's do all that we can to help promote a great person who has great music. We've been playing the song, but in just a few minutes, we are going to we're going to debut his video or video, depending on where you're from. And we're going to do that with great joy. Ashlyn, yes.
So is the 1180, is it for your birthday is in November of 80, or is it January 1st of 1980? What's the 1180? I want to know. I have a thing about numbers. I want to know what the 1180 is for.
Oh, I think he's frozen.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
Jovan, that was for you. I don't know if you can still hear us or if you froze. She was asking you what the 1180 stood for in Instagram.
Oh, he's frozen, huh?
Father God, in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to build a snowman?
Oh, no, he's in
November 1980, but you try.
Okay, so he says November 1980.
Praise God.
Okay.
Praise God. Praise God.
Got it. So that means, Jovan, in next month you're actually gonna turn 40. You?
Wow.
I can't believe that. Jovan is like, he's been like a little kid to me since
I feel like we're playing charades.
Sounds like
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, but I think you're frozen or whatever. Your Wi-Fi network might be mad at you.
He's being the frozen chosen.
Wait,
You understand?
is it my Wi-Fi? I don't know because I paid the bill,
yes, sir.
so it's
Yes.
weird.
Yes.
Yes.
That part, he paid the bill. So someone has put him on blast. Jerry Watkins has come on and said that the 1180 is part of his birthday, which is 11/27/1980. So you have been put on full blast. You understand?
I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my mama. Okay.
Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah. It's all good. Now I tell you what, we're gonna still do this at the top of the hour, but because we got so much to do, here's what we're gonna do. Let's jump into birthdays. So everyone, go to your Facebook. Let's get ready to pull up our birthdays. You too, Jovan. You a co-host today. We're making you a co-host. So go ahead. Let's everybody go to Facebook. Get ready to pull up your birthday.
Hey.
Sorry, y'all. My phone is down. Okay.
Really? You haven't? It's like that for you today, huh, Yolanda? It's all good. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's get ready to bring up our birthdays. I'll go first since I am here, and let's see who I have on my birthday list. So on my list, out in Sacramento of California, is my guy. He actually wrote one of the songs from my latest CD, I Need Your Power. It is written and performed most of the times by Huey Lovelady. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Huey. Shout out to my wife's cousin, Sandra Castle, out in the Baton Rouge or Gonzales area of Louisiana. Happy 46th birthday to Shantae. I don't know what her last name is now. Her Facebook says Sugar Plum.
Shantae got a man. Got a man. It's her last name.
Yeah.
Happy
birthday to my coworker at the small tech company in Silicon Valley. My dude Darrell Barney turns 39. Happy birthday to Rain Sine, Nicole Polk Hall, Dury Foster Jr. Shantae Walton is her name because I got her on my list twice, which means that it's going to be a happy deletion day.
Ooh.
Last but not least, on my end, we have Rich Williams, who also has a birthday today as well. All right, Jacoree, you're next. What birthdays might you have?
Let me say it's one birthday today that just really matters, and that's my wife, Dorinda Clark Cole. It's her birthday today, so y'all, pay attention to your time feeds and things. I'm gonna dance around here a little bit. Yesterday was one of my favorite entertainers. The woman, Vicki Winans' birthday was yesterday. Vera Lynn Carter's birthday was yesterday. I'm just doing my whole week. That's the late Melvin wife. And everybody else's birthday, y'all matter too, but these are just some of my favorites. Thank you. Happy birthday.
It is all to the good. All right. Jovan, I think, has now moved from his computer to his phone. Jovan, you there? You good?
Oh, a side profile.
Oh, I see him on the computer too, but let's roll with him on his phone.
Yes.
Yeah. We even got more light on him.
Yes. Come on.
Now, Jovan, do you have any birthdays you want to share, or do you want me to come back to you?
Come back to me, man of God.
All right. I told you, he's going to make you laugh. All right. We're going to come back to him. Let's bring Yolanda back. Yolanda, what birthdays might you have? And you're currently muted. What birthdays might you have today?
Okay, so today is Dexter Davis. Birthday, Joseph Tanner. Let's see, Kimberly Thomas, Samuel Diggs. He's a really, really dope singer. Let's see, Pastor Samantha Dowdy. I love you, Pastor. Today's her birthday. My cousin's birthday. Nicole, happy birthday, girl. All right, now let me go back. Yesterday was just a couple days ago was my lady. I love her. Vanessa Bell's birthday was a couple days ago. Vicky, I say it again, Vicky, super duper funny Vicky Winans. Tommy of Tommy and Toby. Listen, beautiful singers. Amazing. So Tommy, from Toby and Tommy, and our queen, our diva, Dorinda Clark Cole. She turns 63 today.
Jesus.
Awesome. Yeah. Everyone's favorite. You understand? She is one of everyone's favorite. All right, Ashlyn, listen, we're going to bring it over to you for birthdays as well as celebrity birthdays to close us out of this segment. What do you have?
Yes, sir. So many birthdays today. Shamisi Clark, happy birthday. My dear friend and fellow coach, Javalier Beverly, it is his birthday. I love you so much. Happy birthday to you. My homie, Justin Hopkins, Sean Holtz, Huey Lovelady's birthday is also today. So shout out to him. Kamiko Joy, one of my fellow singers here in the Bay Area, David Hardiman Jr., and then over the last couple days, it was also Paul Grant's birthday, as well as Casey L. Pringle. Oh, Casey's birthday. I'm about to say senior, but no, it's not. It's Casey. It was Casey's birthday 2 days ago, as well as Valerie Greeley. Okay, in celebrity birthdays, today is Evander Holyfield's birthday. Come on, Evander Holyfield. Y'all may not know about me, but I am a boxing fan. Did y'all know that?
No, I did not know that.
You didn't know that. So back in the Tyson, real deal Holyfield era, that was, oh my goodness, I was steady watching. I told you I've been saved all my life. I mean, I probably could watch it now, but I might be like, is he okay? I might do that now. But Evander Holyfield turns 58 today. Amen, somebody. Amen, somebody. Today is also John Lithgow's birthday. Now, you might not know him by name, but if
I know him.
Oh my goodness. You remember the no. If you guys ever watched Twilight Zone, I know we got so saved people on here. Everybody's so saved. But if you ever watched Twilight Zone like I did, he had the episode where he was on the airplane. And he was nervous about being on the airplane, and he looked outside the window, and there was something on the wing of the plane. Do y'all remember this? And they told him crazy. They wrapped him up in a straitjacket and everything. And then when they checked out the plane, it really was somebody. And that little thing said, no. Ooh, it freaked me out for so long. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's John Lithgow. He is 75 today. And last but certainly not least, today is Floyd Mayweather Sr.'s birthday. Floyd Mayweather Sr. Is 68 years old today.
Wow. That's good stuff. Let's bring Yolanda back. Let's bring Jovan back. Yeah, we've got some big people's birthday today. So very, very impressive. Welcome back, Jovan. Now, before we close it, did you have any birthdays you wanted to share? I don't want to leave you out in this whole thing. You on mute. There you go. I got you.
All right. Now I'm celebrating everybody else's birthday. Mazel tov.
Oh, wow.
I told you.
Wow.
This boy right here makes me laugh. So, okay, well, Ashlyn, before we close it out, this is where you encourage everyone who's having a birthday.
Absolutely. I mean, birthdays are so special to me, but they should really be special to you because this is when we celebrate God's creation. I mean, he saw fit to create you. I mean, what better day and what better thing to celebrate than you? God's creation of you. So look, I want you to walk around like you're the gift today. That's what I want you to do. Not uppity, not like that. We're not going to slight anybody, but I want you to walk around in the glory of God, of all that God put in you, all that God made you to be, every line, every wrinkle, every gray hair, all of it. I want you to walk around like you are God's creation and that you bask in his glory and just let his light shine today on your birthday. We love you from all of us here at Shop Talk and Freedom Radio. Happy birthday.
Awesome stuff. Glad that you was able to do that for us. Thank you, Ashlyn. All right, y'all. Listen, I got everybody back in the room and we're making things happen. Want to give a shout out to my guy who is now hanging out with us, Khalif Pleasance is in the building as well. And I already know why. It ain't because of Shop Talk, but I know why. But it's all to the good. Okay, y'all. Before we go any further, today is a very, very big day too. For we got all these great birthdays. That's all great. But today, Ashlyn, is also another important day that is going to definitely make sure that we're going in the right direction, as we're just a few short weeks away from a very historic election. Listen, Ashlyn, you got something special to say. Well, why don't I get out the way? Let's throw it out to you.
I appreciate you, Tole. Yes, today is a very, very, very important day. Today is actually the last day to register to vote in California. So for all my California people, if for some reason you have not registered to vote already, I need you to go do that. Please, ma'am. Please, sir. This is an election of a lifetime. I promise you it's going to go down in the history books. And what side of history will you be on? What side of history will you be on? Will you be on the side that really pulled all its resources together and made a serious change? Yeah. So there are 14 days, 15 hours, 13 minutes, and 18 seconds left until election day. And so you can vote by mail still. You can register to vote. It takes less than 2 minutes. 2 minutes to register to vote. And I'm here to tell you, I don't want you to don't believe the hype. Don't believe all the fear tactics and all that stuff. You can't register by mail, there's mail fraud and all that stuff. In the history of mail and the history of voting, there has not been a significant voter fraud issue that has swayed an election, that has caused issues. There have been other factors. So this is why we need you by a landslide. We need this vote to be significant by a landslide. So vote.org, vote.org. That's where you need to go to register to vote. It takes 2 minutes. And the 2 minutes that you spend to register to vote and actually go vote is going to change the next 4 and possibly 8 years. So please, ma'am, please, sir, I implore you, make it a great day. Make sure that you're registered to vote. And while you're at it, why don't you go through your friends list and text people and say, have you voted? Are you registered to vote? Do you need a ride to vote? I mean, look, I know it's COVID and all that stuff. Make provision, put a mask on, pray over yourself and go take care of it. We have to make this shift. We have to make this change. And the time is now. I don't know if you've looked at the news. People are standing 4 and 5 hours in line waiting to vote. That's how serious this election is. So don't be left out. Be part of it.
Most definitely. And I made a post yesterday, and it's our right to vote. Yolanda gave us a very emotional dissertation about this whole voting thing just a few weeks ago that I don't want to revisit because I don't want her to get all emotional again. But she gave us a very transparent, emotional understanding of why she has to vote. All of us have our own story. Voting is our right. We can, and it's up to us on who we vote for. I made a post yesterday, and I know people was trying to figure out where I was coming from, but I made a post yesterday that said, and there's a lot of propositions that's going on, especially here in California. Every commercial right now is vote yes on this proposition, vote no on this proposition. Listen, do your own research, do your own study, make your own vote, and make your vote count. But here's what I want to just mention. Folks, let's not get so mad if I don't agree with you on every proposition and on everything that we're being voted upon. Don't make me be your enemy just because I don't agree with everything that you agree with. I mean, we can agree to disagree. My godfather, Pastor Gerald Harris, told me many years ago, we can disagree, but not be disagreeable. So, I mean, just because we don't see eye to eye on every subject or every proposition or every person that we're trying to put in office, don't make me be your enemy. I was watching the news, and in Sacramento over the weekend, they had this big did I say tramp? I meant Trump. They had a big Trump rally. Forgive me, that was an accident. They had a Trump rally up in Sacramento, in the old Sacramento area on the river and all that kind of stuff, and all these people out on their boats and stuff like this, and people and a lot the other people who were maybe Democratic that may be voting for Joe Biden was very blown back. And listen, it's their right if they want to post or talk about whoever they're voting for. Don't try to run me over in the streets of Walmart just because I'm not voting for your specific person. I was about to say Pacific. Don't run me over just because I'm not voting for your specific candidate. We can disagree, but you ain't got to run me over. You ain't got to take my cart. You ain't got to steal my parking space just because.
I agree. I agree with you on that, but I will delete you. Ha!
Yes, come on.
Let me see the wrong thing on your page, boo.
You know what? I cannot. I don't post who I'm voting for. I don't go through all that. That's my personal right. But I'm telling you, people are taking this serious to the point of wanting to go to blows just because I voted no on Prop 22. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. I could be an Uber driver if I want to be. I mean, it's my right, So please, ma'am, please, sir, take a moment. Woosah.
Woosah.
And listen, whoever you want to vote for, that's your prerogative. Don't get mad at me just because of who I'm voting for. Ray Kemp chimes in, who is from Sacramento, and he says that those were drunkards in Sacramento. You know what? Ray, Jovan, if you've never met Ray Kemp, I need to put y'all two together because Ray is just as churchy as you. Yes. I was talking to Ray Kemp, and we getting ready to go to our next segment. I was talking to Ray Kemp. I was in Las Vegas a few months ago, and when I was leaving, Ray was coming. And I text Ray, I was like, hey, Ray, what's going on, man? How's things going in Vegas for you? And he says, well, man, I'm out here. I just raised enough for a bishop's offering.
Come on and raise it.
Raise it then. We know what that means.
Listen.
He said, I just raised enough for a bishop's offering. I said, okay, man, I'm not I'm not gonna go with you on that. And see, that's just something Jovan would say. Jovan is so churchy that it is hilarious. Listen, all right, y'all.
Can I say one thing about the voting?
Yes, ma'am, you can, please, Yolanda.
I won't be emotional, I promise. But I will say I will say this. Don't believe the hype either. Like the hype about my voice is not important, or no, I'm holding my vote. You crazy. That's what you is.
You're crazy.
Listen, this is what I learned. And my mom raised me some good old values, and she also raised me to tell the truth. Some people are just stone cold crazy. If you think your voice is not important, you're wrong. It doesn't matter about your celebrity status, how much money you have. If people know you, if they don't, you're just as important. So don't believe the hype. Don't believe the celebrities telling you, hold your vote. That is crazy. Go vote. Get up. Get dressed. Put your smell good on. Put your makeup on. Brush your hair. Get up and vote. It totally matters. Even if it doesn't come out the way we would like. So that's the other side we got to contend with. Even if it doesn't come out the way we would like it to come out, at least you can say, you have it's easier to have something, an agenda to push or feel some type of way when you were a part of the process. But if you're not a part of the process, you can't say anything. So I'm just saying, because I saw some celebrities, which I don't want people to attack me, so who they are doesn't matter. But listen, don't believe the hype. They're the same people. You will never meet them. You will never be at their house. Do not believe the hype. Get yourself up out your house and vote. Put a mask on, protect yourself, and go vote.
That's right.
It's true, because I think by the even from the last election, how we got the guy who we have now, he won by like less than 5% from the last election. So we're talking out of the United States of America, we're talking maybe 100,000 people is what tilted, to have this guy into our office. And so I feel like if you don't have a vote, then you don't have a voice. And I see that on social media all the time, where it's like, I'm an independent, or I don't vote, or any of that stuff, because it doesn't matter. And then when they start in implementing certain laws that affect you, then you have everything in the world to say. Like, now is the time that you make the difference, make the change. So I agree with you wholeheartedly, Yolanda.
Yeah, most definitely. Good
That's
stuff.
good. One final thing I will say, even though today is your last day to register to vote, tomorrow on Better Together, Jacoree and I have committed our show to talking about the propositions, to talking about some of these candidates, to unbiased, right? We want to really give you an idea of what each one of these things that you're voting on is about. So we're going to talk about both sides and all of that. Because I know if you are like me, your mailbox has been inundated with all flyers and stuff. I don't know about you, but I put them right in the recycling bin. I do. I have to be honest, because it's too much. It's overwhelming. And see, I don't know who you are that you sent me this. I don't know what source it came from, right? So I go to one source to get my information, and we want to share that with you tomorrow on Better Together. So definitely join us for that show.
And then let me just throw in, make sure that you're having a conversation with the youth that are in that bracket that can vote, because that's where we're missing knowledge. I need you to go at age 18. I think you can start to vote. Have a conversation today with some of those people that that are in that age bracket. They don't have a clue. Because I know when I went to vote, I always did vote, but I didn't have a clue. I went in there like, filling in bubbles, baby. Have a conversation with somebody young.
That's good.
Get them to vote.
That's good stuff. I like everything that all of you are saying. As a matter of fact, I want to highlight what my little bro Jared Lott has mentioned. He says, don't get caught up in what the polls are saying either. You still vote.
Right.
I'm with it, man, and I'm glad to have you hanging out with us on the show. Shout out to Leah Marie, who also said that she vote early like the rest of us, which is smart as well. And then she also said, if you don't vote, I don't want to hear your complaints. So don't talk about the change that happened or didn't happen if you didn't take the time out to vote. So all of this is great stuff. I'm super hyped about it. Listen. Here's what I want to do. We're going to take a quick commercial break. At the end of this commercial, we will be at the time where we get ready to talk to Jovan Watkins specifically about this brand new music video that he has, and I'm excited to play it. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, it's going to be time to have this conversation with the great Jovan Watkins. We'll be right back with more, y'all, right after this commercial. Hey, everyone. This is Demetrius Tole, station manager of your radio station, Freedom Radio. First of all, thank you for tuning in today. And did you know that we have an amazing array of shows that air weekly? Shows like Shop Talk, where no person or subject is off limits. The Indie Takeover Show with Jeremy Gibson. Better Together with Ashlyn Cole and Jacoree Prothro. Tole Live, where we are living in victory every day. High Tea with Bree with Sabrina and Dion. The Music Mix featuring Poncho and Keisha J. The Mix and Mingle Talk Show, just to name a few. Now, we want you to be in the know of everything that we have going on. To do so, find us on your favorite social media platform, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We use the same handle on them all, at Freedom Radio, FREEDEM Radio. Lastly, you'll need the Freedom Radio app. So if you have an iPhone or iPad, simply open the App Store, or if you're an Android user, open the Google Play Store and simply search Freedom Radio. We thank you for being a valued part of our continued listening audience. And remember to hashtag like, follow, and share at Freedom Radio. All right, y'all. We are back. Welcome back to Shop Talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. And it is time for us to have this conversation with Jovan Watkins. Man, first of all, again, thank you for hanging out with us. Secondly, thank you for even allowing us to play your music. as well as your video as we're getting ready to play in just a few moments. But before we do it, man, tell us about this whole song, It Is Well. Tell me how it came to be, who wrote it. Tell me what's going on with it.
So it's a spin off of the original It Is Well. I don't know if you guys know that song was written in like 1846 or something like that. It's been around forever and a day, and it's actually a very influential person in my life's favorite song. Her name is Mother Donaldson. She's no longer with us. She passed away a couple of years ago. And so when I started working on my album, this was one of the songs that I started to record, and I just kind of reworked it and rearranged it. And I think that it's the perfect blend of old school versus contemporary, right? So you still want to, pay homage to the ancestors that are before us, but then we're currently in a time where we have more knowledge, more information about our faith than ever. And so I definitely wanted to include where we are today. And so even when I recorded it, I wanted to marry the two. I was very intentional with my lyrics. I was very intentional with my ad libs, because I think we have enough songs that don't say a lot, but they make you feel good, but you can't really hold on to anything. So I wanted to make sure that I said something that you can hold on to a little later. And I think it came together beautifully. Shout out to Jan Hunter Jr., who did the production on this record. And then I had the amazing Diana Reddick on background and Chastity Henson on backgrounds. And I think it's something that is really powerful. I really do. And thank you guys for always supporting Oakland and supporting the Bay Area, putting your home back, on the map. So I appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And like I said, I'm excited about everything that you've been doing. And I actually got a chance to preview the video yesterday, and I was like, oh, okay, I see you. Now, it seems like to me, because I've seen the promotion leading up to the video now, but some of the stuff from the promo, I don't think that made the actual video. So did we do a promo and then a real video, or what ended up happening?
So there are two things happening, right? Because we're not ignorant to what's happening in today's time, day and age. So the whole concept behind It Is Well is to find your peace. To find your peace. Like it says, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. And so the promotion was geared around the whatever my lot part. So when you look at the promotion, you see a lot of today's protesters, you see the COVID, you see a lot of where we are right now. And the video focuses on when peace like a river. So we're focusing on the peace in the middle of the situation. So a lot of the promo, so it's a two-part. So I did the promo first. I did that maybe in August, a couple of months ago. And then the video was done right before that. I did that in July, and they just kind of marry together.
Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. And I know for some of the promo stuff that I saw, I think Curtis Germany helped you with some of the promo video portion. But who actually did the actual video?
His name is Johnny. He's an amazing upcoming videographer. He's done several artists that we know of from the Bay. He's worked with Justin Goss out of Sacramento. He's done Aaliyah Hall, which I think you guys have had on here before. He's done a couple of local up and coming. Chastity Henson, of course, he's done several videos with her. So he's amazing. He's coming up. He's like a really laid back guy, easy to work with, which makes the creative process that much easier. So you don't have to be like, am I doing it right? Do I look crazy? Huh? Come on. Am I selling it?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, man, I think I've held the world back long enough. Let's get ready to premiere this amazing video. Again, shout out to all the people that were involved in it, all the people that took part of it. And I am uber excited to get ready to debut this song. My brothers, my sisters, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to watch the premiere of Jovan Watkins' brand new video and single. The song is simply called It Is Well. Take a listen and watch this.
peace like a river attendeth my way. When sorrows like sea billows roll, for whatever my life thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Storms blow, breakers dash, but I know who holds me fast. Troubles come and billows roll, but I know which way to go. The healer, the healer, the healer is here. The healer, the healer, the healer is here. Oh, my healer, my healer, my healer is here. You say, my healer, my healer is here. Storms blow, breakers dash, but I know who holds me fast. Troubles come and billows roll, but I know which way to go. My healer, provider, sustainer, he's here. My healer, provider, sustainer, he's here. Oh, my healer, provider, sustainer, he's here. My healer, yes he is. Yes he is. You've shown us so much love. You've let us feel your touch. You've shown us your great power. Oh, how you love us so much. So if you never show more grace, and if we never see your face, we never have to fear, because your spirit is here. You've shown us so much love. You let us feel your touch. You showed us your power. Show more grace. And if we never see your face, no, no, we never have to fear. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. He's here. He's here. He says that I can fix it. He says that I can make it better. He says, give me your sadness. He says, give me your pain. He says, give me your fears. Give me your anxiety. I'll help wipe your tears. Give it all to me. I can handle it. I can take it. He's here to share your burden. Whatever it is, give it all to me. Oh, Zion. Oh, Zion. What's the matter now? What's the matter now? I can handle it all. I can take your burdens. I can heal your body. I can heal the land. Give it all to me. Give it to him.
Hey, glory.
And there it is.
Very, very nice.
Hallelujah.
The temperature of the whole everything is wonderful.
Jesus.
Listen to me. That video is so it's the first professional video that I've ever done. And I just want to tell you about relationship because all of the people that are in the video, these are people that are my actual friends, people that I actually have connected. And we shot it. We filmed it in Whale Cove, which is Half Moon Bay, and to get to the location, we're talking a good solid mile down from the road. And a lot of my people, they walked down these stairs, they walked up these stairs. Shout out to my business manager. I had a chair, he carried the chair. And I think that even though it was a trek to get to the location, I think you can't pay for that shot, those looks, to see what God created. Like, the cove is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you noticed the backdrop. It's just a beautiful location, and everyone did it with a smile. Everyone did it because they loved me. Everyone did it because they believed in the vision, or the call that's on my life. And I am so grateful. Like, I put my heart into this song, and I think that they showed up for the visual. They showed up for the video with their spirits intact and letting it be well. So thank you to everyone, if you're watching, that helped me make this come to pass. I really appreciate you guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was going to ask you where it was filmed, and I figured it was down, Half Moon Bay, Big Sur, down in that, California. We are so blessed out here in California to have the incredible coastline. And so the visuals are beautiful, beautiful. I just want to tell you how much I love you. I mean, you and I have been working together for a long time, friends for a long, long time. I'm so proud of you. This song is so beautiful. And it is, well, the hymn is special to me because it's the audition song that got me on Sunday Best.
Hey!
So that's the song that I auditioned for to get on Sunday Best. And so it has definitely a special place in my heart. And I love that you took it to a whole nother level and changed it up. So it gives us the old school hymn with the contemporary gospel sound. And it's beautiful. And my prayer is that this reaches far and wide, because I'm telling you, it's something brewing in the Bay. It's something brewing in the Bay right now. It's something brewing in the Bay. So for all of us, all of the supporters and listeners across the nation, I need you to call your local radio stations. I need you to be streaming it day and night. This is how you promote music, right? This is how you get it on the radio. You request it. Do not unceasingly. I don't know what the word is. Do not cease to press to have them play it on radio stations. This is how you get the word out. And so do it, please, ma'am, please, because this song is worth it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Ashlyn, weren't we just like watching him the other day while we were eating?
We were.
That was this week. We was watching you, homie.
Oh,
you had on some white shoes, looking real nice, But I just want to say the temperature of this song is so necessary. Because soon as it starts, it's just like, what is he about to sing? It's on point. And then, when you hit them highs at the end, my Isha na na ma say comes, So I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm seeing the creatives take a stand during a pandemic in the Bay Area. And I feel as though it's bringing us together, because it's just like, oh, look at what you're doing. Look at what I'm doing. Let me show you my color picture. Let me show you you use blue here. I use red. I think it's just a good time.
That's awesome.
I remember, like, when we recorded the song, it was so intentional for me that even when we laid the vocals, you guys are all singers, so you know how this goes. You do your first pass and you do all these tricks and things, and you're listening and you're like, that's not what I'm trying to do. I honest to goodness, and I'm not saying that to be grand, I honestly did not want my vocals to upstage the message.
Come on.
When I laid down my vocals, I don't know, some of you guys, this may be your first introduction to whoever I am. I tend to, I have an aggressive way of singing. Sometimes I sing interesting notes. And when I did my first pass and I listened to it, and I was just like, it's becoming too trendy. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
When you can do the riffs and the runs, you're like, oh, this is going to get them. This is going to get them. And it started overshadowing what the message was. And there got to a point where I was singing, how can I say what's in my heart what are some of the things that I'm dealing with? So what are some of the things that I'm struggling with? And so I started singing to God, can you do this? Can you fix this? Can you handle this? And in the middle of the studio session, I stopped recording. I took a break, rested my voice, rested my mind, and I heard from God. And if you notice at the back of the song goes from give your burdens to God, give your trials to God, and then it flips to God starts to talk to us. That's a genuine moment where God started responding to my prayer. A good friend of mine, Daisha Moore, says that our worship is just prayer over music. And so while I was singing, I was praying to God because I do struggle with certain things. So if you listen to the song, you're going to learn a lot about me. But there's a point where the song started singing and ministering to me, and the voice of God came through the song. And hopefully my prayer is that whoever listens to it, who's in that place, that song will speak to you and give you encouragement to let you know that God is here. He is here to minister to you, and he can handle whatever trash that you're going through. He's strong enough. He's big enough. He's wise enough. He's seen it all before. It's new to us. It's not new to him. Sorry.
That's good.
No, that's good stuff. There's nothing to be sorry about. This is actually great. As a matter of fact, since we've been talking about this whole thing, obviously everyone sees Ashlyn, everyone sees Jacoree, we all see Yolanda, of course, we all see Jovan as well. But a lot of people I want to bring in one more co-host to come in and hang out with us and talk about what's going on as we continue on with the show. Now, Jovan, I don't know how long you have to hang out with us. You're welcome to hang out with us as long as you have. But let's bring in another great co-host. I see your hand, Ashlyn. We're going to bring in another great co-host, and we're going to keep this whole thing going. We're going to stay right here in this vein. But let's reach out normally to Brooklyn, New York, or the Boogie Down Bronx. Not in the Bronx. I believe in Atlanta, Georgia. My home guy, you know him as the Hallelujah Morning Man. Every time we see him, he's saying Hallelujah Morning. Let's bring him in, my guy, Demetrius Hunter, in the virtual building. What is going on, my brother?
Well, good morning and hallelujah morning, everybody out there in Freedom Radio Land. It has been such a long time, long overdue. Brother Jovan Watkins, I've been such a huge fan, such a huge fan, man. That song is tremendously a great blessing. It's definitely something that I definitely needed to hear on today. So continue to let God just use you in the way that he's been using you. And I mean, just piggyback off of what Ashley and everyone else has said, Bay Area artists is just really coming out during this pandemic. Jacoree busted out with something not too long ago that's just on repeat. You know, Ashlyn is finna shake up something, like it's just coming. We just wait, Dito. I'm sure it's finna bring out something next. I mean, I'm just happy to hear my Bay Area music circulating and getting back out there on the platforms. And I encourage you all to continue to keep doing what you're doing, because I'm gonna continue to keep playing it for everybody that's around me, no matter where I go. And if they don't like it, they can get out my house, get out my car, and that's what it is gonna be. What it is gonna be. Okay. Now I'm just saying, it is. That's what it is. But I miss y'all. My God, I miss y'all so much.
We got out with it, man. We're glad to have you hanging out with us. Ashley, you was trying to get my attention. What is going on? What is on your mind, my sister?
I did. So I had a question for Jovan about it as well. I wanted to know, did you need to register for licensing using this? I believe it's public domain, but was there anything that you looked into or that needed to do with adding this to your arrangement?
I did. It is public domain because it's so aged. I think like anything after 100 years, don't hold me to that. Someone can fact check me, but anything after 100 years is like public domain. So I didn't have to register that, but I did register the rest of the song copywritten. So don't copy me. So I did. I have to do that work. And then what I found out in this process, I might be late to the party, but I thought that you can just register your music, publish your music, and put your music out, and you're good to go. But what I found out in this process is that there's a lot more that goes into it. Like if you want your music to be acknowledged by, you know, the Billboard charts, if you want your music to be accounted for streams, plays, downloads, it goes beyond the actual publishing, it goes beyond the actual copyright. So I had to go through several processes to make sure that my music was in the places they need to be, so that every time you download, every time you play, every time you stream, it gets acknowledged by Billboard, it gets acknowledged by those who need to hear it, and it goes a little bit further than just if you did it yourself. I wish that we knew that beforehand. Like I said, I may be late to the party.
Come on and teach.
I wish we all knew that beforehand, before putting your music out. It's great to do it. It's great to, you know, share it with your community. But if you wanted to reach its maximum potential, do the extra steps to make sure that it's acknowledged by who it needs to be acknowledged. And, you know, we learn and we live.
Most definitely.
Right.
You know what? And I think Ashlyn may be leading up to something. If not, I think I want to help her lead into something. And that is, I saw, Ashlyn, recently you put a post on Instagram about, you know, how people are publishing their music or getting their music out, whether using TuneCore, whether using CD Baby or different things like that. I don't know if you got the answer that you were looking for, but it sounds like you got something brewing in your pot. And did you make a decision on which way to go? And then we'll find out what Jovan used. But did you kind of figure out the direction that you're going to go in terms of how you're going to release whatever upcoming music you may have?
So I'm still contemplating. This is it's a tough contemplation for me, because in my mind I want to think grand, right? I want to think in the hundreds of thousands of units sold, right? I don't want to think small, and I think that a lot of us really struggle with that. So if I'm thinking large numbers as far as sales go, if you go with TuneCore only charges you the one, you know, registration fee, and then or distribution fee, however you want to look at it. And then they charge you a yearly fee. So you pay that yearly fee for as long as the song is in rotation or circulation, I believe. But CD Baby, they'll do a lot of the licensing and copywriting for you, but they take a percentage. They take 9% of total sales. Which, you know, sure, I could say, you know, that's they're getting their 9% for, you know, work that they did. So it's not like that 9% is not 9% is a lot of percentage, especially when in my mind I'm thinking in hundreds of thousands of units, right? Not in hundreds or thousands, but hundreds of thousands, right? And so I'm still kind of on the fence. Now, another project that I'm working on, they're using DistroKid. DistroKid is another option that I wasn't familiar with. And so that producer, which I'm not going to tell you all about, but you will hear shortly, but they use DistroKid for their distribution. So Jovan, what did you use for distribution in this song?
I actually used TuneCore, and it came down. I did consider using DistroKid, but I did use TuneCore. And honestly, the deciding factor for me was that TuneCore does a real-time breakdown of your sales and your streams. They give you, I think it's every Tuesday. I have to double check.
Mm-hmm.
It might be Monday, but every Tuesday they give you a weekly report of your sale numbers and how much you've made. And I think Distro only does it quarterly. And so I like to know my numbers faster, because then that tells me what I need to do. You know what I mean? Like, we're already out here grinding. We're already out here doing the work. But let's say your numbers don't look as good as you wanted them to look over the last month. I don't want to find out next month that my numbers didn't do what I wanted them to do. So every 7 days, TuneCore is like, here's your numbers, and you can respond and do what you need to do based off of that information.
That's good.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Jacoree, I know that you just went through something similar. So who did you use to digitally distribute your information?
I guess me and Jovan is really like brothers because I use TuneCore too. But I was gonna say the thing with CD Baby that I don't like is the 9%, because my thing is I'm a tither as well, so that changes that 9% plus the 10% that I got to pay the church. So that's why I didn't go there. And then they just kind of old school. But yeah, TuneCore was it. I can go and do all of the stuff that I need to do. So
Okay.
TuneCore is it for me. But there's always going to be a challenge out there.
Yeah.
So my thing is, you know what? When God gives you something great, put it out there. Let the 99 cent, let the $9.99 do the walking. Just put it out there.
Right. I will say, because you mentioned that CD Baby is old school, and I will say that my observation of CD Baby is they're not gonna go out like Blockbuster did to Netflix, right? So Blockbuster did not make any adjustments. They stayed. They were like, we're gonna stay the course. We've got hard, we're not doing digital. And Netflix came in and took the whole shebang, as we like to say. They took it all and put Blockbuster out of business because they didn't make adjustments. So I'm not seeing that CD Baby is going down that same path. Maybe they looked at the data and didn't want to go. So whatever. So I see that they're making digital advancements. So
Well,
CD Baby,
also-
we used to get hard copies of CD.
Cars don't even have CD players anymore.
No. So, but they've made some adjustments. But please, Jovan, you were saying?
Well, honestly, CD Baby, they kept the name because that's what you know, but they're very digital, and they've partnered with Spotify to get your artist page up so that you can see your streams through Spotify. So even though CD Baby has been around longer than the other distribution companies, they've made some concessions to keep up, because if you go through CD Baby, you automatically get an artist page through Spotify, which is huge for us. You get what I'm saying? So even though, and then they do still sell the hard copies, because, you know, we got some grandmamas in South Carolina, North Carolina that are like, baby, I don't know all this download business. Okay, I needs me something that I can put in, you know, my VCR. So I think that if you're considering CD Baby, there are definitely some pros there as well. Like, you don't count them out. With TuneCore though, like I said, I only use them because they give you right now information. Like, you don't have to wait. And because we're kind of in that era where it's like you need to know now, everything is moving so fast. I feel like the faster you know your data, the faster you can pivot if you need to.
This is good. Now I do have one more question, and I know, like, I'm actually glad that we're talking about this. This took a whole left turn, but I'm glad because this is really good information for the up and coming artists. And we definitely want to pour into to other artists. So you pay so TuneCore, you pay the initial fee, right? And I know they have one fee for singles, and then they have one fee for married people. Not funny. I know they have one fee for singles, and then they have one fee for albums. I know it wasn't funny. Okay, so thank you, Jovan. I love you for that. I love you for laughing. But then you pay a yearly fee, right? You pay a yearly fee. Now, do you pay that yearly fee forever, as long as the song is in rotation? Or thank you, Denise Fitzgerald, for the word. How does that work?
So the yearly fee that you're talking about, so depending on how much music you have out there, whenever you upload the music, it now has a birth date, and every anniversary date, if you want to continue to have your music accessible, then you just pay the renewal charge, which is very minimal. But I don't even remember what my initial setup fee was, but I have a couple of songs out there. Like, I have a couple of singles out there. So depending on what the anniversary date is, then you just pay for the next year coming. But mine's is set up where they just automatically pull it because you have an account with TuneCore. Like, all of your income and money that you've made from your music is stored on TuneCore's account. And so when any of those renewals come, they just deduct it from the money that you have with their bank already, their digital account holder. So I guess to answer your question, yeah, there is an annual fee based on whatever music you have and when you uploaded it.
Got you. And it's per song. So you said the song has a birth date. So on the song's birth date, let's say that it's $9.99 for you to upgrade or for you to renew. So if you so that means that you will pay $9.99 every year
for another year.
forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
As long as you want your song on all digital platforms, you're gonna continually renew that prescription. Subscription.
It's okay. I know what you meant.
Help, oh God. It's my mind, Lord. My mind is ate up. Just but yeah, every year that when that comes up, you have to pay for the next year, or they'll just take it down. But you want your music up, so you just pay it. You know.
Right. So then this is my dilemma, because and just go here with me. So if you do, let's say it's $9.99 per song, and we're in a singles era. Let's say you do 12 singles, right? 12 singles. Now your annual fee is $119.88 per year for the rest of your life. So if that's, so we're talking about $11,000 over the course of someone's lifetime.
But you've also, as you stated earlier, you're thinking on a larger scale. You're thinking hundreds of thousands.
Come on.
So if I'm paying $9.99 to have my music accessible to 100,000 people, I paid 1%. I paid 1% to have my music accessible for the next year.
That's good.
Which is still better than paying, you said 9% with DistroKid.
Right.
So I would
give
with
God
CD Baby. With CD Baby is 9%. Yeah.
So I'd rather pay the 1% than the 9%.
And then
we teaching today, y'all.
We need to get a Better Together show to where we can speak on these things, because another thing, I thought you just put music out there and it just in my head. I didn't know. Thank God for Adam reaching out to me and giving me some knowledge. Plug. But there was a lot of people that I look up to in the Bay Area that is not charting. So this is a cattle call. Even that old music, I need you to go on there, and I need you to be able to collect for these streams. We streaming you for a reason. We listening to you for a reason. I mean, all of y'all, I ain't gonna say no names, because I did some pull-ups, and I was very shocked that some of the people that are famous to me, you famous to me, and I didn't see you charting. I didn't see your name. I didn't see no thumbs up, no arrows going up. Let's work together so we all can be great, because there is room. The churches is about to open back up. So that means there's a platform and there's a mic that you should be singing on. So don't be afraid to share your knowledge.
And the truth of the matter is, even though we are in ministry and we are in gospel and we are in this particular category of music, it's still a business. Like it's still the music industry. And I'm speaking directly to artists right now. If you go to an executive, no executive is going to say, "You are so anointed, let me sign you." They don't care anything about your anointing. That's not the piece of the puzzle that they play in the whole grand scheme of thing. They are saying, do people want to hear you? Will you make me money? It's your responsibility as the artist to take care of your anointing, to take care of your ministry, to make sure you're effective when you go out to reach, make sure you're recording quality music, make sure that your mix is good, make sure that your mix is good, because a bad mix will ruin a song. I promise you. Make sure that it stands up. Like I'm still on the bottom level. I am still a new artist, so I'm still trying to get my name in rooms where I can have my ministry go further. But the only thing that's going to be attractive on that particular level is if my music holds up. A lot of these labels want you to come ready-made, and they just want to put their name on what you've done.
Like popcorn.
that the days of artist development, the days of artist investment, those days are over. They want you to come in the door ready to go, and then they're just going to validate you by putting their name on what you have already done. So I would say anybody that's on my level, we're all on bottom level. Anybody who's on my level, do the work, do the research. What is interesting right now? What is intriguing right now? What is polished right now? And make sure that if they go online and they pull up, I don't know who's hot right now. They pull up Tasha Cobb's record right now, and they put your record right next to Tasha Cobb's. Can I tell which one was made in the basement of cousin Nook?
That's good.
Who got that fresh and hot? Can I tell which one who had no budget and the one who had all of the budget? So when you go into it, make sure that your work holds up to what's going on right now. And then once you've done the work, don't be so anxious to share that work that you don't take care of your business. The people will. Y'all want to know a secret? I recorded my album 3 years ago.
Come on, 3.
I recorded my album 3 years ago, and you guys are just hearing it now. But the difference is I made sure that I put the time, the effort, and the quality, and put the effort into the quality of the work, that it held up for 3 years, that when I dropped it last month, you think I recorded it last week.
That's right.
So make sure you're putting the work into your product. And then when you put the work into your product, take your time. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Take your time. Don't give up on your work. Some people put work out today, and then because it didn't have this gigantic blow up by the end of the week, they're ready to put another single out and give up on the first single. What's baby girl's name? Lizzo. Lizzo, who is popping right now, is pushing an album that she recorded 5-6 years ago, and she's just hot now. She's just famous and just notable now.
That's right.
So don't give up. So don't give up on your work. I don't care if it's old to you, it's still new. I've been posting every single day, getting the word out. And at this point, it's been exactly 4 weeks since I dropped my music. And every single day, there's someone that's like, I didn't know you put music out. This is brand new. But if I would have given up, I would have never reached that person who never heard the music a month ago. It's new to them today. So don't give up on your music, artists. Sorry, that was really long-winded.
No, that was good.
You're fine. This is actually turned into a great segment that falls right into what Shop Talk is all about. It's unscripted. We never know what's going to happen next. As a matter of fact, while you guys were talking, I heard all of you mention the being ready-made and all these type of things. But there's one thing that you did not mention. So I heard you mention about the production. I heard you mention about the mixing, all of which is important. I heard you mention about the mastering. Jovan even went to say how if we put your album next to a big person's album, how is it going to compare? The thing I did not hear any of you mention, though. Aside from the musical portion of it, Yolanda, this is what happened. What about the look of it, the photo shoot, the graphic design that goes into it? Because listen, somebody mentioned this. I think it was Q Jackson mentioned it on Facebook the other day, that people will see your music before they ever hear your music. So Yolanda, this is where I wanted to kind of get you to chime in, because I know that you do this on an everyday basis, including I know you've done my CD cover. I know you've done Jacoree's CD cover as well, and so many others. But Yolanda, speak to us, as you're an upcoming and budding artist as well. Speak to us about the importance of the graphic design that goes into promoting your music.
It's absolutely everything. That's just the end of the story. You get out what you put out.
That's right.
If you put in junk, you're going to get junk. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I know most of the time I'm like, oh, buttery sweet, but you're just not believable. First of all, this is the first thing. It's like going for a job. I always use this illustration. It's like going for a job interview and you have a bachelor. Let's go real far. It's like going for a job interview, right? And you have a doctorate. Not only do you have a BA, you have a doctorate, but your shirt is wrinkled. If you're a guy, your zipper's undone, your shoes are not tied. If you're a girl, your skirt is around the wrong way. You have holes in your stockings. I guarantee you this, you will not get the job. Unless somebody's having a really fabulous day and they just want to give you a chance, more than likely you're just not going to get the job. And so I just feel the same thing applies. And I've heard all the excuses, I've heard all the stories. But let me tell you something. When you standing like this, you're just not believable.
Praying hands.
What about
that too? It's 20. First of all, it's 2020.
Come
It
on.
is not 1965, 1955, or 1920. It is 2020. Okay, this is my mama talking, really not me. Even though my mama don't know graphics from can of paint. Let me tell y'all something.
Tell us.
First of all, be yourself. When God made you, he did not make a mistake, and he doesn't create. He's intelligent enough to not create the same thing twice. Stop asking. Sorry, I have to calm down my Shaquana because she was like getting ready to come out. Stop asking people to create the same thing that someone already has. That's part of the issue. Is that some people don't adapt. I know he asked me about graphics, but part of the problem is you're trying to reduplicate what's already existing.
Oh my.
Hey,
So it's hard for someone to believe you when you don't know who you are.
Ooh.
Jesus had no problem doing what he was assigned to do because he already knew who he was. So that's why he was okay sitting amongst the sinners. He was okay knowing I'm supposed to take this bread and slice it and give and make this turn into what's not existing because he already knew who he was. So it's going to be hard for you to exist in a room with the Kirk Franklins and the Kimberells and the Donna McClurkins and the Brandys and the Jodeci's and the Genuines and the Tanks when you confused about who you are.
Ooh.
Know who you are. See, then these conversations about you need to take another photo, and I'm not saying you're gonna always have it down to a science because you won't, right? We're all developing every single day. The day you decide that you got it all down is the day that you should probably buy your casket because you won't have it all down. What I am saying is stop asking people to duplicate what already exists. Be okay in your space. Then you won't have to buy space. That's a whole nother conversation.
That's good.
But my friend had a really good conversation with me last night. What I thought was going to be one thing ended up being something else. And I recognized I have good old-fashioned values from my mama. And those good old-fashioned values say, be okay with you. And he's like, what does that have to do with the graphics? Because then you're pliable. I'll use Jacoree. I'm honest. I didn't know how to kind of tell Jacoree, like, I just don't think this photo fits for what you're doing. But I mustered up that in myself, and I enjoyed. He said, okay. And I'll do another shoot. You know what, this is the thing. When you really want to be an artist, you do what you got to do. You lose the weight. You get your teeth whitened. You change the circle. You publish the music. You don't try to mix it yourself. You put in the money. I'm serious. People be amazed about the conversations I hear, the things people say. And you call me for graphics, but a lot of times those conversations extend to someone else. I have begged people, do not mix it yourself. Do not try on your first song to mix it yourself and want us to buy it. It is ridiculous. I know you can mix it in your house with Nuck Nuck and Pookie in them. Let me tell you something. Nuck Nuck and Pookie in them ain't got no streams. And ain't nobody buying it.
Nobody.
This is the thing y'all do not understand. See, when you get to a platform like a Beyonce, then you can put out the stuff yourself. And we're going to buy it anyway because it's like whatever you buy, whatever you put out is like butter. But the reality is some of this stuff is not good. And then you get mad when people don't support you in the other part. If you post once, that does not mean all 5,000 people saw that.
Ooh.
There's a thing called analytics in social media. And so what happens is if you post it, it means 5 people saw it, 10 people saw it, maybe 100. You got to keep posting. You might have put out a song a year ago. Push that song again. You might have put out a book a year ago. So he asked me to talk about graphics.
You did. Oh, you covered it.
Listen, put in the money. Take quality. Not with your iPhone. I don't care if it's the 12. Put in the money in your hair, in your makeup, in your clothing, in the photo shoot. Get a stylist. Don't do your own makeup, ladies, please. Get a stylist. Get a makeup artist. Do whatever you got to do. And then you can say, go to Tole free. Listen, there are hundreds of people, and everybody doesn't have to have a big name. You don't have to go to the J Borders. There are people right in your space who can do the job.
Yes, those Jacoree Pro Throws. There are Jacoree Pro
Y'all
Throws.
just wait. Oh, it's about to be.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said.
So
that's really good. And
so I've heard a lot of things. I've heard things from Jovan. I've heard a lot of things from Ashlyn, who has done different things that many of us may never get a chance to do. I've heard things from Jacoree, who is taking that leap of faith with his music. We've just heard from a person who does graphics for a living. Basically, what I'm hearing is, even as an independent, just out the box artist, the singing of the song is really just one ingredient in the whole making of the cake. There's a bunch of ingredients that go into this to make this whole thing come together and be able to rise in a hot oven of thousands of other artists trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do. So what's going to make your yeast rise above you're more visible than any and everybody else? So we found out that we can't do our own mixing and mastering. Thank you. That we need to not use iPhone pictures. Don't get me wrong. I'm Team Apple all day, but you need to take a professional photo shoot. You need to be able to have someone professionally make your graphic. I don't even know who all is watching this or may rewatch this, but there has been so many nuggets dropped by these incredible people that you see today. You got to be able to, you got to have somebody mix it, master it. You got to have a professional photo shoot. You have to have somebody professionally mix and master your information. You got to make somebody do all these type of things to put your ingredients together. Then you start mixing it, and then you start stirring that thing together. You put it in the oven. Oh, and while you're waiting for it to bubble, you got to do your social media homework. You got to be able to make things happen from a social media standpoint. Yolanda, you hit the nail on the head when you say just because you made one post, all of your people are not going to see that one post. I promise you, I've made posts and I was like, you know what? Just because I'm Tole, everybody should see that post. Man, I'm telling you, my CD is 10 years old and people are still telling me I never heard that song before. So, I mean, just because you put something out, that is not the end of the road. That's really the beginning of the road. That starts your whole journey, Ashlyn, Demetrius, and Yolanda, Jacoree. That really starts your engine, so to speak, to get your car moving down the road. Right. And guess what, my brother, my sister, my artist friend, you can't turn the wheel. A non-moving car, no matter how much you turn the wheel, is never going to go anywhere. I'm going to say it one more time. A non-moving car, no matter how hard you turn the wheel, is never going to go anywhere. It's not until that car starts moving that you can maneuver from left to right and be able to choose the lane in which you want your information to go down. I don't know who for. I may be talking to myself, but this is what I love about Shop Talk. We never know what's going to happen next. We never know where we're going to end up in the conversation. Ashlyn, I know you got stuff brewing. I seen you with your ladle in your hand. I seen you stirring some particular ingredients. I don't know what you have in store. But let me give you this hint on what I made up my mind of. I told you all that, I feel like singing. Someone called me to do a song. And as everyone knows, I have a full studio set up right here in my house. Behind where I'm sitting, I have a whole nother microphone, all kind of stuff. I got microphones, monitors, headphones, everything that you could need. But you know what I said? In order for me to do this song justice like I feel it needs to have, I don't want to record my vocal in my studio by myself. So you know what I'm going to do? When I get done in the next 10 minutes, I'm getting out of my studio. I'm getting in my car. I'm going to drive to the actual songwriter and producer's house and to their studio and try to have them extract out of me what they feel they need for their song. So I can do as much as I want by myself. But me being by myself isn't always going to pull the best out of me. That's why you have people like Chris Haynes who can extract out of you things. No, because they'll say, yeah, that was cute, but I don't think that's going to work right there. You know what I'm saying? So just having people around you. So again, I'm moving out of my comfort zone, Ashman. I'm moving out of my comfort zone, and and I'm stretching myself. And I tell people all the time, and I'm getting ready to go around the room for y'all. I tell people all the time that a mind stretched never goes back to its original format. I'm gonna say it again. A mind stretched never goes back to its original state. So I'm stretching myself. Demetrius, I'm challenging you to stretch yourself. Ashlyn is stretching herself. Jacoree has really, really stretched himself because he has stepped out of his comfort zone. And Yolanda, you're right. You do need a team. You're exactly right. So let's go around the room. We got 9 minutes to close this thing out. Let's go around the room. Demetrius, I want to start with you because you've been the quietest. Tell us now, I know that you may not be an artist per se, but you work in so many facets of what we all are trying to do. Give us some helpful hints that might help that or encourage that upcoming artist that's trying to get to the next level.
For the next coming artist, one thing you have three types of people right now. You have your fans, your followers, and your listeners. Okay, your fans are the people that's looking for you, checking your page. They following you. They making sure where's the new song at. Like they waiting for it. They playing it for their friends and everybody around them. Your followers, they following you, seeing what you're doing, waiting for that next, they're not gonna boost you too much. They're gonna let you market yourself. Then you got your listeners. They just, come on Freedom Radio, and if it plays, it plays. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So once you cap the audience of those three types of people, you now have to create an environment that keeps them entertained. We've now developed into the world of social media is pretty much everything right now. Social media has become the way of communication, the way of learning, the way of catching up with the news, getting the tea. Social media has become the platform for it all. So you have to keep those people engaged. You have to keep us listening. You have to keep those little mini things. I mean, you got the Clarksons. I don't pay for about 4 virtual concerts. For artists, I probably wouldn't pay for if they probably came to an arena, because I'd probably just be like, nah, I didn't have time to get out the house. But I've sat and watched virtual concerts and actually paid. So, and because these are people that I'm fans of. So as a fan, I'm looking for them. I want to hear them. So keep me engaged, or, so that way I can stay looking for you, stay pushing your brand. We are your market. We are your money. The people, your listeners, your fans, your followers, they are your money. Those are the people that are adding increase into you. Without them,
all that you said. I appreciate you sharing that, man. And again, welcome home. Glad to have you hanging out with us. Jovan, as our special guest today, if you were to give an encouraging word, a brief encouraging word to someone that's trying to get to your level or even beyond, what encouraging word would you share with that aspiring artist?
I would say don't give up on yourself. I think that a lot of us, when you've grown up and everyone is telling you, baby, God's got his hand on you, You're going to go to the nations and everyone is going to be, I can just see it already when you've heard that all your life. And then the time comes for you to do it and it doesn't happen overnight. It can be discouraging. And there's two ways you can go. You're going to either fight or you're going to flight. So are you going to stay in it or are you going to just say it wasn't for me? And so what I would say to the artist that's trying to get started, I would say to the artist who has started that may have stalled, what I would say to the artist who's already in the race but just needs that extra boost to keep going, I would say don't give up on yourself. Know your why. Know why you're doing what you're doing. And then once you can answer that why, trust God to give you wisdom, to give you intellect. Follow the plan, follow the path, get a plan, get a path, and stick to it.
That's good stuff, man. That's really, really good stuff. Yolanda, closing word, final comment, or encouraging word to an artist trying to get to the next level.
Be yourself.
That's good.
It's simple. Be yourself.
Wow.
It's work. It's not simple. It's not. If it comes really easy, then I feel like sometimes there's something wrong. So be yourself and be okay with being yourself. Go to therapy. Therapy
Amen.
saves your life.
Amen.
God in therapy, real talk. Because being an artist is not easy. It's a complicated thing, and sometimes you do have to play the game, but sometimes you get caught up in trying to play the artist game and things like that, and you get caught up in numbers. And it's important in its prospective places, but sometimes you get caught up in Billboard charts and people didn't like me and stuff like that you get lost in what you were supposed to do in the first place. So the reality is be yourself and stick to the assignment that's on your life.
That's good.
If I try to do Demetrius' assignment, I'm see, that goes back to being yourself. If I try to do what he's called to do,
that's right.
I totally miss what God had intended for me in the first place. I'll miss the money, I'll miss the connections, I'll miss the people, I'll miss the blessings, I'll miss all of that, trying to become something I was never meant to be in the first place. Let me say this one last thing, 10 seconds. There is one Tasha Cobbs, there's one Donna McClurkin, there's one Kirk Carr, and so on and so on and so forth. If you never become famous, that doesn't mean that you're not great.
Ooh.
If your name is not called on the Grammys or on the whatever, that doesn't mean that you failed or God didn't like you or you missed out. Everybody's space is important. The lady who leads the song on Sunday morning, she's just as important as the person who's a top charting artist. Everybody has a space.
I like that. Jacoree, closing comments, final thoughts that you may want to share to the audience.
I just want to encourage somebody. I had to jot down some notes that you're so much more than your Sunday morning experience. This is what my problem was with music. I know what I like to hear. I love for somebody to oversing. And this is just me. I love an oversinger. But I had to realize that in the production of what I need to produce, that's not me. And it was a hard thing for me because when you're a worship leader and you sing on a Sunday morning, you get caught up in what the people expect you to do for them. And this was a really hard fear factor for me because the thing was, in church, they want you to shout they wig and they hat off. But what God wanted to produce through me in music, that was not it. So I just want to encourage many artists, many singers to find you off that platform.
That's good, man. I like that. That's actually growing up.
Is true.
That's what it is. That's maturity is what that is. And I'm loving what you're producing and what God has in store for you. I can't wait to see and experience even more of that, as well as for you, Jovan, as well as for you, Yolanda. I mean, I know you're mostly behind the scenes doing graphics, but listen, I see something for you that's musical that is going to blow all of our wigs off to where we're going to have to straighten it and put it back. Nonetheless, Ashman, closing comments, final thoughts, encouraging words to people that's hanging out with us today.
Man, let me just say this, and I'm gonna be intentional but tread lightly. When you do the work and you get all the knowledge and you know these things, share it.
Yes.
Share it. Share it. Don't hold on to it. Don't become spiteful because you think that the person before you, they knew and they wouldn't share it with you. And now you're walking around with a chip on your shoulder. And the kingdom of God doesn't have any room or place for any of that. We give as it is given. And so when the knowledge comes to you and God opens those books and opens those courses and opens all of those knowledge bases for you to download it, go ahead and share. Give as it is given unto you. And let's grow. There's room for everybody. God would not have given us, each one of us, these gifts if there wasn't room for each individual one of them, collectively, individually, whatever it is. God knows why he gave us these gifts, right? So don't hold on to it. Don't play God with the gift that he gave you.
God.
So yeah, definitely want to encourage everybody to do that.
That's good stuff. Let me tell y'all something. This has been an absolutely amazing show. Had no idea that this is where we would end up. We never got to One Has to Go. We never got to Ask Shop Talk, none of those things. We'll do it on the next time. But again, Jovan, thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you for allowing us to share your video and your music to our audience. And we can't wait to see what else God has in store for you. On behalf of Jovan, Yolanda, Jacoree, Ashlyn, and the Hallelujah Man himself, Demetrius Hunter. My name is Demetrius Tole. Until the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time, you know how I do. I'll